you're really never too old to learn something new. So just inculcate the habit of learning, ask questions, and then I think that's the right way to grow. It's the conversation on TOS Television Network, your digital first Pan African news network. And as always, we're reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. My name is Adesuwa Osuyi. Moving straight into stories and happenings from across Africa. Starting with Ghana, airlines will be fined $3,500 for every passenger they bring into Ghana that is not vaccinated against COVID-19 or that tests positive for the coronavirus on arrival, the operator of the country's main international airport said on Monday. Moving away from Ghana to Gambia, Osuanu Dabo, the runner-up in Gambia's election on Monday, launched a legal challenge to President Adama Barrow's victory. And to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where the Parliament Commission recommended that the government scrap an unpopular phone tax because it has not been able to trace the funds raised so far, according to a parliamentary report. That's it for development across Africa on the conversation today. But before I move into the big story, I'll be bringing you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. And after that, we'll be going straight into the big story. All right, it's still the conversation on TOS Television Network, and as always, we do have a social media community that you have to be a part of. So follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. That's TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and you can check out our website. It's www.tostvnetwork.com. Moving straight into the big story, the conversation today is on the implications of delay in signing Electoral Amendment Bill into law. And it's been 25 days since the amended Electoral Act Bill has been presented to President Muhammadu Buhari for signing, and he has yet to assent, the bill into law. And that's what we're going to be talking about in the conversation today. I have with me Mr. Dapo Banjo, to do justice to this topic for me. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. The pleasure is mine.
You're welcome. Now, you did hear me say earlier, it's been 25 days since the amended Electoral Act Bill has been presented on the table of the president for signing, but he's yet to sign it. And there's been, back and forth as to if he's actually going to deny signing this for the 5th time. How do you react to that?
All right, thank you, Adesuwa. As a matter of fact, I think the president has been given a 30 days ultimatum. So we have 5 days. I know that it's enough to get agitated over, but we have 5 days. So he's got 30 days, it's 25 days into the ultimatum, so he has 5 days to take a decision. I am not surprised. The president in 2015 did not appoint ministers, even months into his administration. And so we're familiar with this delay tactics of the president. He's got one reason or the other why he does that. Peradventure, the president is making consultation and he wants to be able to ascertain that whatever he does, he would not have to either regret it or reverse it in any way. Anyway, but going straight to why the assent has not been given, we can only try as much as possible in our minds to try to envision or to try to think or to try to imagine what is going on in the mind of the president, why he has not done that. And so I really want to talk about, every time we talk about the assent to the bill, I look at it critically from the consequences of the president not assenting to it.
Okay.
And I think that should be our main focus. The consequences are huge. Here it's a bill that have been taken, worked upon. So many clauses have been changed. A lot of amendments have been done. Let's use the word amendment. It's been amended over time.
Yes.
Things have been taken out. A lot of other things have been imported into the document. But so it became a law that everybody is expecting, especially with some very important parts or clauses or chapter of the amendment that have been done. You know, top on the list for me, the implications or the consequences, as it were, is huge if the president doesn't assent. It simply means our 2023 major elections in Nigeria can be impacted, especially negatively, considering some controversial clauses in the law. The 2021 bill is supposed, in the mind of every political player, is that there are many parts of the document that have been worked on that will make our next election a lot smoother. And the popular one is the electronic transmission of the results. Another very popular and important one is the fact that direct primaries has been adopted into the document as the way of choosing candidates to represent political parties. Now, let me quickly throw a little light on it. The fact that that has been imported into that document is saying we may actually be saying absolute bye-bye to godfatherism. We may actually be saying absolute bye-bye to old politicians that political parties have been recycling over time, because now the people has been given the power to choose who they want, as again the indirect primaries. Now that's really very key. And then another part to it that is really very essential is to let people understand that vote buying, ballot box snatching, and so many other activities, especially those negative activities that surround our electoral process in Nigeria, can be curbed when we have a law like the electoral bill. Now, I see every reason why the president needs to take his time. I don't see it as a delay. I see it as a calculated delay. The president never came out to say, I will not assent this time. You see, the president also would think about some political blocks where he belongs. Let's give it to him. The president will want his political party to continue in power. And so there could be some very bad implications of his body language as we see today. Why are you not signing? You have 5 days more to do whatever you have to do with this document. If you have taken 25 days of not saying anything about it, in case you have something you want to say, you could still have done it within the 25 days. Yes. Maybe the National Assembly would have taken a position on it and say, no, we will not change it, or we are going to deliberate upon it and quickly correct it and send the amendment copy back to you within the 30 days ultimatum that you have. But we haven't heard that. It's been quiet. Now, his quietness has been given a lot of meanings. The president's quietness over major national issues is becoming too many. He's been quiet over insecurity. He's been quiet over the economy. He's been quiet over a lot of issues that even bothers around things that he could just step in. Farmer, herders, issue, he's been quiet about it. He's been quiet about too many things. He's even been quiet about his health.
Yes.
Who knows exactly what the president is dealing with? Why he does medical tourism almost every time? Nobody has an idea. So the president has been the type that does a lot or does nothing by keeping quiet. Yeah. And so you and I should get used to the fact that he may not say anything, but by the time he's getting to that stage, he may do something. Let me quickly also say that at the end of the 30 days ultimatum, the National Assembly, by law, by power, have been given a very mighty tool. They can veto and say, since you didn't do anything in 30 days, we will pass this document into law. At least for the very first time, the Ninth Assembly agreed and said, okay, let these clauses be amended and let us move on. So all the major political parties in the National Assembly, the APC, the PDP, ABGA, at least those three are well represented in the National Assembly. Truth be told is that they come to a compromise and they say, let this document fly this way. And that's a very major position I think the National Assembly has done, and we should give them credence for that. They did very well to even pass with all those amendments for assent.
Okay, you said quite a lot
Within a
in
very short
listening.
time.
Yes, thank you so much for joining me on the conversation this morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for sticking with me till this time on the conversation. Do not forget the conversation comes to you every weekday, that's Mondays to Friday. But before then, follow TOS TV Network across all social media platforms. And you can check out our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Thank you again. My name is Adesu Osuyi. Please remember to stay safe and join me again tomorrow.